So did we just avoid World War III? That's the subject of today's video. And check out this tweet. Congratulations, world. It's time for peace. That's coming from Trump just a few minutes ago. And this was a wild sequence of events today, if you guys are following the news. And we got this just a couple of minutes ago. Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war, which will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful. On assumption that everything works as it should, which it will, I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12th day war. I guess what we're calling it now. This is a war that could have gone for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. It should also be noted today that Trump tweeted out that Putin's the boss. Guys, we'll go over everything I can. This is a wild day. Check this out. It was just a couple hours ago that Iran was shooting missiles at U.S. military bases. You can see here, Iran fires on U.S. base in Qatar as Gulf neighbors close airspace. And when I saw that, I'm like, okay, great. How's this going to play out? But there's some weird caveats here. It looks like that Iran might have notified people ahead of time. At least that's what Trump's saying. I mean, it says right here, Iran attacks Al Aid air base in Qatar after U.S. strikes. But then Trump was tweeting out this bizarre stuff that we were notified. And I'm thinking to myself, when I see this stuff, it's like, is there a bunch of insider trading going on? No, seriously, is that what's going on? Because the markets were like moving really wildly. We're talking about closing the strait. Oil was moving like, 5-7%, these kind of things. Trump tweeted out, I'll show you guys. It says, Iran has officially responded to our obliteration of their nuclear facilities with a very weak response. And I want to put a caveat here when he says, that's Trump, obliteration of nuclear facilities, because I'm starting to wonder if the U.S. notified either Russia or Iran ahead of time so that we would go in, essentially blow up whatever sites, but Iran would move out all the key personnel and, key uranium ahead of time. I'm starting to wonder these things, because if one side's notifying, hey, we're shooting you, and the other side's notifying, then both of these attacks could be largely symbolic, because I'm questioning the obliteration part here. Also says here, there have been 14 missiles fired, 13 were knocked down, and one was set free, right? Because it was set free. I mean, I guess it just jumps up in the ocean or something. I don't know. Because it was headed in a non-threatening direction. And this is from Trump. I am pleased to report that no Americans were harmed and hardly any damage was done. Most importantly, they've gotten it all out of their system. And there will hopefully be no further hate. I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice. Okay? Which made it possible for no lives to be lost and nobody to be injured. Perhaps Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region, and I will enthusiastically encourage Israel to do the same. Thank you for attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Okay, and this is why I bring up the insider trading stuff, because if you guys are watching the markets, I'm serious, markets were like all over the map. It was a complete reversal after this sort of attack. The markets saw, okay, it's not going to escalate, and they were already calling it out when, then Trump tweets stuff out. It's like whenever Trump tweets something, it's like, okay, market basically reacts, because you have to react to that. If you find out that, okay, we're attacking Iran, that's not great, right? We can all see that. And then we find out, okay, Iran retaliates. That's what we're waiting on. And the retaliation was then, pre-informed ahead of time so we could shoot said missiles down, right? Do you guys see what I'm saying here? I mean, only a few people would know these kind of things.
We just thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one nation under God, and we are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word Every place that our foot will trod, you will give it to us. And we are taking the land. We thank you, O Lord. You have brought us to the kingdom for a time such as this, and this is the time. And so we declare right now from the capital of our nation that America will come back to God. We will come back to God. Nothing will stop this nation. And we speak right now by the authority of heaven. You told us to bring heaven to earth. Heaven is being released through your people right now.
So there are certainly some at the White House that believe because of God and speaking in tongues, we're able to move our troops safely. But we just got this report a few minutes ago. It says the U.S. expected this attack to happen. The U.S. was tracking short and medium-range ballistic missiles from Iran to Al-Udeid Air Base. They expected this to happen, which was clear from the moves the Pentagon made in run-up to this. We saw them move more than 40 U.S. planes, according to satellite imagery. They also removed personnel from the base. Then you have this. Trump slams Russia's Medvedev for claiming countries will give Iran nuclear warheads. Check out this tweet from Trump. This is what the Twitter chief says. Did I hear former President Medvedev from Russia casually throwing around the N-word, no, not the N-word you think, nuclear, and saying that he and other countries would supply nuclear warheads to Iran? Did he really say that, or is it just a figment of my imagination? If he did say that, then if confirmed, please let me know immediately. That N-word should not be treated so casually. I guess that's why Putin's the boss? Like, what the heck? I don't know. By the way, if anyone thinks our hardware was great over the weekend, far and away the strongest, best equipment we have 20 years advanced over the pack is our nuclear subs. And as you can see here they are meeting together. So this would be Russia and Iran meeting. Israel strikes Tehran and Fordo site as Russia backs Iran in deepening conflict. However, there's some caveats here because Russia may just be all talk. This just came out from the Wall Street Journal just a few minutes ago. Why Russia is giving Iran the cold shoulder after Israel attack. Okay, and we'll read it together here. When Putin met with Iran's top diplomat, Abbas Araghchi, and we watched that together, if you can find my other video on that. On Monday, the Kremlin leader gave a stony-faced assessment of the U.S. strikes. He called the strikes unjustified and unprovoked and said Russia wanted to help the Iranian people. All right, so how are you going to help? But the Kremlin leader made no mention of military support in his public remarks ahead of the talks. Instead, he suggested they discuss an exit ramp out of the conflict. Quote, this gives us a chance to think together about how it would be possible to get out of this situation, said Putin. Interesting. So it looks like Iran's kind of on their own here. But like I said, I wonder a lot of this stuff is for show. What I mean by that is, basic diplomacy is you try to figure out, okay, how can everyone claim victory, right? Everyone meets and you're like, hey, I need to figure out a way to go back to my people and calm them down and say we won. Trump meets with their people, whatever. I need to figure out a way to go back to my people, tell everyone we won. And also, by the way, can we figure out ways to do this when the markets are open so we can get my orders in for insider trading? I mention that stuff because we've seen this. I mean, it's just ever since his presidency regarding, tweeting about crypto wars, whatever. And that's what's going on. Now, I do want to make it clear, though, the fighting between Israel and Iran is still ongoing. There's still people's homes, businesses, and lives being affected. So that stuff is real. I also want to point out also, even though in this particular situation, the most recent attacks with, Iran launching missiles at U.S., although no one was hurt, we're still talking about using taxpayer dollars from, both countries for what? So, dudes can say, hey, I got missiles. Hey, I got missiles. Let's have a missile party, right? Do you guys see what I'm saying? So, we make jokes about this stuff, but I do want to reiterate that this does cost real money when, instead of spending all this money on these weapons to, effectively just become big fireworks with loud bangs, what if we spend it on people's education, healthcare, etc., right? I think that's something worth mentioning. And this, just came out also. That's why I mentioned, I'm wondering, was there, some things going on if Iran, again, signaled the attacks to the USA? Did the USA signal attacks, or did someone tell Russia? Then Russia told Iran, that kind of stuff. Because where is the Iranian, right? That is the question. If you guys know, and this was also another interesting story that just came out, because like, the longer things go on, you start to get more details to where were some of these strikes, precision strikes, again, was some stuff moved ahead of time. Airstrikes attack Iranian nuclear facilities, and then you got the 3 sites, right? So Fordow, bunker buster bombs dropped on the enrichment facility built into the mountain, all right? But then I was saying that I guess we missed the reactors, which is interesting. So we're hitting the enrichment facilities, but are we missing the reactors? Satellite images suggest U.S. avoided Iran's nuclear reactors. And then you got this, because there's going to be people who, how can I say, want to get their cut too, right? And this would be the hacker people. This was an interesting story. Iranian-aligned hackers claim responsibility for Truth Social cyber attack. And this is sort of where, if you really want to hit Trump, hit him where it hurts, his pocketbook, right? That's essentially what this game is all about. Because, Trump's main goal in life here is, okay, how can I put money into my family's pockets? How can I build hotels in Gaza, Iran, etc.? Is there some sort of hotel deals being made behind the scenes? The Gaza one, it's not behind the scenes. It's like literally in public, as him and Netanyahu, there was images of them, laying on the beach in Gaza, like Trump Plaza. If you guys saw that, Trump tweeted it out a few months ago. So that's the news. Possible ceasefire, possible deals made ahead of time, possible deals broken. What the heck is going on? I want to hear your thoughts on this one. And where's that uranium? Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.